You gonna sit down? He does not want to be involved. Hey y'all, it's Megan and welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a while since I posted, but today I have some super exciting news. And it might seem like it's coming out of nowhere, but hi. I moved to Maine. And in this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I moved and give you a tour of my new apartment. So to be honest, I have always wanted to move out of Texas. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I lived in Dallas and grew up in Texas basically my whole life. So it was ever since high school, I can remember really wanting to move up north to a cooler climate. I hated the heat every summer. And last year I road tripped up to New Hampshire and Maine by myself and saw the fall colors and just fell completely in love with New England. And you know what, when COVID hit and my work moved all virtual and I wasn't booking weddings, I knew the time was now or never. And so I moved to Maine. I am single for the first time in a very long time, which is crazy, but fine. And oh my gosh, will you pick a spot? But I moved across the country, 1,800 miles to the town of Saco, Maine, which is in southern Maine, and I'm so excited for this new adventure. Oh my gosh, I can't even explain it. So a little bit about the move. It took me 3 days to drive here. I took one car. I rented a minivan basically and fit all of my belongings in there. So I sold a bunch of stuff. I mean, I came up here with one dresser for my grandma and about 10 or 11 plastic bins with all my belongings in them, and 3 of those bins are holiday decorations. So my belongings have really been slashed to the loveliest, the most favorite, the most important things that I own, and it feels so incredible to finally have that like real legit purge. Now the apartment that I rented is fully furnished, so I'm lucky in the sense that I don't have to go out and buy a bed and furniture and silverware or plates. All that stuff is kind of here, so slowly over time I will accumulate that stuff and just save up for what I really want and for what I find beautiful, instead of just impulse or buying out of sheer necessity the cheapest thing that I can afford. I've got a little bit of a buffer. And what am I doing here in Maine? Well, I have mostly been doing virtual assistant work and building websites for people in the wedding and event industry. My background is as a wedding florist. I've been a florist for 5 or 6 years now, and luckily I had already closed my calendar before COVID hit. It tanked the wedding industry so much, which is so heartbreaking, and I have a lot of friends who are really struggling, but luckily I was just able to kind of ride that out and be doing work remotely, and a lot of my clients have kept me on, which is so incredible. So I work for myself and I have kind of my own schedule, and I'm still working really hard to get into the routine of things, but yeah, it feels really good. So how long have I been in Maine? Well, I started the move on August 30th, so I've been here for about 3 weeks. When I first got here, I actually stayed in a room upstairs. This is a really big house, and the woman who owns it, she rents out a single room upstairs and also this first floor apartment on Airbnb. And I actually stayed in the upstairs room on my road trip last year, and I reached out to her and I said, hey, I really want to move to Maine. Could I rent a room for like a month or two to just to have some place to land? And she said, yeah, you totally could, but I also have an apartment on the first floor that you could rent. And it just worked out so perfectly, but it wasn't available until just now. I just moved in about a day or two ago to the downstairs unit. So for the first 3 weeks, I've been quarantined basically in one room with no kitchen and my poor pup who got so bored. But now we've moved downstairs into the lower level and I have a kitchen again and multiple rooms, and it feels really freeing and finally like I'm settling into a new home. I'm going to give you guys a tour of what it looks like before I get it all Meganified. It is a really charming, there's it's an old house, like built in the 1860s or something. And there's so many cute, quirky little details and beautiful like warm wooden floors. And I'm so excited to get it decked out, first for fall and Halloween and then for Christmas. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so exciting. So let's go on the tour. Well, first of all, it's a really bright and sunshiny day in Maine. And the past couple of mornings it's been freezing, but then in the daytime it turns into a perfect like 65 degree day. So I'm outside. I have like a little patio and a private entrance, so I'm gonna turn it around and show you. Okay, so I'm gonna go in my front door and I have like a little mud room area, which is good because this will be my first year with a real winter. So I've got like some hooks and a little bench and stuff, which is gonna be super cute to decorate. I haven't gotten my stuff out of storage yet, but everything I brought with me to stay in the first room, I've unpacked, so it's a little bit messy, but it'll get better. And then here's the bathroom. There's like 3 lights. This is the only room with like an overhead light. And there's lots of open shelving. Here, all my stuff. Like a really pretty antique vanity. And a sliding door. And then we're gonna go into the kitchen. So there's a little table. Now again, I rented it furnished, so everything is not quite my style, but I'm gonna end up packing away a lot of like her dishes and stuff that I don't need because I brought my own. But I do really like all the open shelving. There's a nice kitchen island that moves around. Open shelving. How cute is this area gonna be for Christmas? I'm so excited. And like a nice really big sink. So there, this is a little pantry. Which she has provided a lot of stuff. So the good thing is I don't have to buy a lot of stuff right away. I can kind of save up and get something that I really want. But yeah, there's the little dining area. And then we go into the living room. Don't mind my work stuff on the table. It's getting some work done this morning. But there's so many windows and so much natural light, which is awesome. It's perfect in the daytime. TV, biggest TV I've ever had. And this used to be a real fireplace, but it's boarded up now. So I'll probably try and move that chair so I can decorate the mantle really nice. And this is like a guest area. So it's just a room. There's like cleaning supplies back there and a futon. But I can have a guest over because it closes with curtains. So if anyone wants to come visit me in Maine, like 1,800 miles away from my family. It's a little bright. Yeah, the furniture is not really my style, but you know what? You make it work. This door goes out to the front of the house. Like that's actually the front of the house, and this is kind of my back door, but I have the private entrance around the side. And then I have another little closet here, which I've put up some of my sewing stuff already. Little tiny closet. So cute. I love like these little locks and everything. And then bedroom. It has like this really, I kind of like this pink color. It's reading gray, but it kind of has like a brownish undertone. It clearly was a double-sided fireplace. Now that's a headboard. I got my pup. Say hey, Bubs. He's camera shy. But again, so many windows. Here's like an armoire. Gonna be my closet. I'm gonna turn the camera around. There I am. Okay. I brought one piece of furniture with me, which is my grandma's vintage dresser. So I'll have to figure out where to put that. But everything else I brought in tubs, like plastic bins, and I only brought like 10 or 11 bins, so I really don't have that much stuff, but I have to get it out of storage tomorrow or the next day, and then I can really start unpacking, and I'll probably pack up some of her stuff, put it in the bins, and store it away while I live here. My lease is through June, so it's not like a long-term rental or anything, because she rents it out for the summer on Airbnb, but I live in Maine now, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you guys more of how I decorate it. So what can you expect going forward? Well, a lot of adventure, I hope. I mean, I have a lot of things that I want to do, and especially when it comes to the holidays and fall and Christmas, I really want to make this place cozy. I'm going to be experiencing my first real winter ever. Oh my god, it's kind of scary to say. Actually, the other morning I woke up and it was like 36 degrees and I was shivering, and I know it's gonna get like potentially 40 to 50 degrees colder than that at some point in time this winter. So I'm going to be a southerner experiencing a very real winter for the first time, which is a little bit terrifying but exciting. I will definitely be seeing snow, which I haven't seen snow in a couple of years. But yeah, and I want to just have fun and experience this new like life stage that I'm at, and living on my own. I have never lived by myself, and I think there's a lot of fun and new territory that's going to come. So I really hope that you'll stick around. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers so soon, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!